mine the last set of minerals. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I think it's awesome. But you told me this, and I know it works. If you don't put the mule on a close mineral patch, then you don't have to pull it off.
That's correct.
Because it just dies half when it's done.
Yes, but it
So.
also mines one less thingy, my Bobby.
Oh, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep. See,
That's
I'll
cool.
I'll coach you to masters, buddy. I promise.
Okay, I'm still in diamond, right? Because I'm Terran, and you just got to subtract a league. So actually, Pride is in Masters right now.
That's right.
You know. All right.
For anyone that doesn't know. No.
So it looks like Pride does see these 3 stalkers, which is actually huge because what Protoss makes 3 stalkers that isn't going to be harassing at all?
A bad Protoss.
So, a bad Protoss. Very good. But I don't think Shouda is a bad Protoss. I think he's pretty good.
I think you're
So
right.
5 stalkers going to be moving up here. He is going to be sniping that SCV. Building Spidey Bow isn't really that huge. It's just a Spidey Bow, not that big of a deal. But he is going to be repairing with SCVs, accidentally pulling a mule. That's not that good. It's not huge. It's alright, I
he's
guess.
actually idle with his SCVs here at the natural, and he does
Yeah.
see it right away, and attacks his own command center.
Whoa, he did.
Oh, he's just reprimanding his SCVs for doing a bad job, man. You know what I mean?
In true MMA style, killing his expansion. Anyway, so yeah, he is adding on these 2 gas pretty late now. I did forget to say that there is 4 racks for Pride, so that it is a lot of racks early on, especially if he's not going to be teching against Protoss. So that it is greedy in the sense that if the Protoss did decide to tech fast and to like a Robo and then Robo Bay to get Colossus, then he'd be pretty screwed because he does not have any tech at all. So these late gases are pretty greedy by him, but it's working out so far. He did hold off this early harassment. Those 4 stalkers not going to do anything to Pride. He's like, get out of here, stalkers, and just going to hang back in his base.
Get out of here, stalkers.
Get out of here, stalkers.
So we actually have a 3rd gas taken by Pride, and he is starting stim right away, and I'm assuming... Oh, no, he starts an engineering bay. Do you think we're going to see a factory here, or maybe a 2nd tech lab, or I don't know, man.
It's probably going to be a factory, and yep, there's a factory. And I just say that because he's not really saving minerals to expand. He's not taking out the rocks, and that would be his next choice, is to just expand off this and to try and tech up as slow as possible. But it does look like he's just going to stay on 2 base for a while and get a factory and then medevacs, of course. But the Protoss player is actually cutting a lot of corners. I'm really surprised. If you look at his army right now, he has 2 Sindries and a Zealot back at his base, 4 Stalkers right there, and that's all he has. So if Pride actually just decided to attack, he would just win.
Yeah, and
But,
you know, actually, Pride scanned right now and only saw those 2 gates again, so he probably... Obviously he has no idea what's up, but he probably is getting the idea that something is kind of sort of hidden somewhere.
Definitely. He has to assume something, but if...
Oh, Observer just
yeah.
got picked off at natural.
Yeah, that was really nice. But, I mean, Pride, of course, cannot see what we can see, so Protoss is actually playing really well right now. Getting that Colossus early is a great choice, especially because he did see that there is a ton of Marines, and tech is pretty slow for Pride. So this Colossus is potentially going to do a lot of damage. Is not forgetting Thermal Lance. So he is going to have that range up pretty fast. And, yeah, it's pretty much a... I don't know what to call it, but it's going to be hard for Pride to win this game if that Colossus count does get pretty high.
Yeah, his starport is already up. Let's see what his first choice is here. I'm assuming it's going to be medevacs. It is 2 medevacs indeed. And, you know, he hasn't started his 3rd quite yet, has he? He's got 4 barracks and starport with reactor?
Nope. No 3rd just yet, but it's not a bad choice, seeing that the Protoss does not have a 3rd himself. It's not even bringing on the rocks, so... 2 Colossus are going to be out potentially for this attack that Pride's going to do. He does have Stim, Combat Shield, and +1, so I'm assuming that after these medevacs pop, he is going to be going in for an attack. But are these 2 Colossus going to stop that from happening? I mean, if these Colossus burn out, if the Protoss decided to go for like some 2 Forge play or something like that, he would be pretty dead actually, because he just doesn't have that many units. But Pride looks like he's just going to be caught off a little off guard here by these Colossus, so I like to see what happens here with this push.
Yeah, you know, Protoss player currently, you're right, only does have 2 Colossus. A 3rd is on the way, but there are so few gateway units, like, running up to the Colossus and just sniping them with all the Marauders doesn't seem that difficult.
Yeah, definitely. It could be really, really detrimental if he does do that. But I mean, the Protoss does have these sentries, so he can force field a little bit and force field that ramp. So Pride needs to either drop. He does scan, so he does see those two Colossus. So he needs to make a quick decision here. It looks like he's going to try and drop up into the natural, or drop around the base. I don't know. I'd like to see what he does here. He is going to drop something in the main base. But yeah, he's going to start Viking production here pretty quickly. There we go, 2 Vikings on the way. Does have that command center up and running, and the Nexus is also down for the Protoss player. So each of them getting their thirds, but hang on, a big engagement here. Protoss army is actually really out of position. These 2 medevacs can do a lot of damage potentially if Protoss player does not realize that fast enough.
Yeah, actually, the cannon scared the medevacs away for a half a second here. All of Pride's units are running away from the main army. Look at the supply, though. It's 115 to 141. And,
Yeah.
you know, Pride's double drop back here can pick off just about anything it wants. The whole army is going to have to move back to defend against this.
Yeah, he should definitely be picking off that forge, and there we go, going for the forge. Next should be the Robo Bay, and then the ooh, okay.
Oh,
so he
I'm
decides to
surprised.
just pick up instead of trying to get more kills. I don't know. I think he might have been able to do more damage, but this low medevac here is just going to snipe immediately. Oh my god, that sucks so bad by the Terran player. I always hate it when that happens. It's just unfortunate for that medevac to be so low. But going to try and drop on the main again, but it's Protoss player has none of that. Get out of here, medevacs, is what he's saying. And yeah, Pride's just, I mean, it's pretty awkward. I mean, what did he do now? He loses another medevac to those sentries. Oh my gosh.
You are following these drops way better than I am. I am missing all of them. What the heck?
Yeah, he just lost those 2 medevacs in the natural of the Protoss. So these Marines going to come in, try and kill some probe, but for Colossus, just like, oh my god. Just
War
screw
of the
those
Worlds
Marines.
up in here, man. Oh, jeez.
Seriously.
Mass Colossus against Mass Marines. And drop again in the main.
Yeah, Pride looks like he's going to do a little bit more damage this time. Can he get all those stalkers down? I don't know if he can, but
Wow.
he should be picking up. I guess he's not even going to try, but what he was doing there is just trading armies and just delaying the Protoss from attacking him. And if you look at his Viking count, it is getting up there. He does have 4. He does not have any medevacs out. He should be adding on another starport very soon because he does need medevacs. If you don't have medevacs and you're a Terran, then you're pretty much dead after 1 stem. So, yeah, it's really important that he gets up more starports and more medevacs here really soon. But this giant Colossus count from the Protoss is just growing and growing. It's going to get really scary soon.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the upgrades real quick. Pride is currently starting 2-2. We do have 1-0 for the Protoss player. And, you know, supplies are 155 to 115 right now. In Pride's favor, he dropped 5 mules at his natural, or third, rather. And, yeah, you know, we definitely need medevacs. He's now splitting his production, 1 medevac, 1 Viking at a time. 6 Marauders on the way, getting +1 air weapons. I mean, look at the production. This is off the hook here for Pride, making his 4th even.
Huge production, but I just like to point out, on the right side of the map, we got 3 probes. I actually have no idea what they were doing.
Yeah, I thought maybe he
They
tried
were
to
trying-
send 1. when he was
Triple
running
proxy
away.
pylon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really wanted to get those pylons up really quickly.
Pretty much, yeah. But Pride's going to try and move out and do some damage here, but like I said, after 1 stem, there really isn't much he can do, and he can't take on this Protoss army head on. There's no way. His upgrades are a little better. He's going to try to get this third, and he will snipe, and he's going to stem out and run away. Those Vikings getting a little out of position there, but
That is such
Pride.
a huge deal, though.
yeah, that's a great trade. Pride is on now 4 base, has a lot of minerals, not a lot of gas. He should be mining those 2 gas at his third now. Get those up pretty quickly because he needs gas as quick as possible, especially when he's pumping out as many ghosts as he's trying to do. But Pride just cutting back, actually getting a lot of kills. I'm really surprised on actually how many kills Pride just got there with the Protoss army, and he can trade armies with, or trade units with the Protoss at this point.
Especially
because
after sniping that third.
Yeah, he's got 4 bases. Protoss has 2. So it's, yeah, I think Pride is in a great position to actually take this game, but he needs to really play it out here. He's getting both those gas, so he's going to have a lot of gas production with the 2,000 minerals, but yeah. So with these Ghosts, Vikings, I think Pride's looking pretty good. His composition is getting where he wants it to be.
Yeah, Pride actually on 6 gases right now, taking a 7th and 8th even. Yeah, the one on his natural only has 2 guys on it, but that's okay. I'll forgive him. And still only 1 starport. You think that's good? I mean, we do have a cut in Colossus production from our Protoss player. He's switched into Templar now, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think he has enough gas at this point. If you look at his gas count is so low. I don't
Yeah.
really know what he's gas on. A lot of ghosts. So I guess it's all right. I mean, he does need more medevacs out on the field. He doesn't really need to make a ton of Vikings, but he needs at least 6 Vikings to tackle 3 Colossus of that count. So I'd like to see how this engagement does go down. Marauders stimming up here. We're going to take out all these High Templar, actually. Wow.